Hello, and welcome to the Seamonkey HTML editor tool demonstration. In this video, I will show you how to use the very easy Seamonkey to create your very own web page. Seamonkey is a free software powered by Mozilla that you can find on the internet at www.seamonkeyproject.org. Once you download Seamonkey and you open it, this is how the main page will look. It will still look like a web page, and you can still search the web. However, you can also start composing your own web page. Simply click on File on the top left, then highlight New, and then left-click Composer Page. This will open a blank window that actually looks very similar to the Word document. This is also because it has a lot of the same functions as Word. Font size increase, bold, italicize, underline. So, let us start working on this web page. First I want to do is create a headline. My web page is going to be about the ocean, so I'm going to simply type the ocean. For a website headline, it does need to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to highlight the text and go over here to the larger font size button and increase the size of the font until I'm satisfied. Now, just like in a Word document, you can align this text centered, left, right. Okay, so this is the beginning of my website. Now I want to add some content. There are two methods that I'm going to show you for editing in this free space over here. First one is a table. I'm going to put 3 different pictures in this website. So I'm going to do 3 rows and 2 columns. I'll press OK. As you can see, this doesn't look like much right now, but once you start typing and putting in pictures, it will look a little more professional. Now, before you start putting anything in the table, make sure that you have images. And when you create a website, make sure you put everything into one folder. When you transfer the files through a file transfer protocol onto a web space, you will need all your files to be in one folder. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type now. With this, I'm going to supplement an image. I'm going to this other column. To get an image in, you can click the image button on the top, insert new image. Now, you'll have to choose a file from your own computer in order to find an image. I already have my ocean website folder selected, so I'm going to put in sailboat, the sailboat image. Now, it won't let you OK the image insertion without putting in alternate text. Alternate text is useful for those who are visually impaired, and instead of seeing the image, they will actually hear what the text is about. I'm going to write sailboat. There you go. Now, this picture is a little bit too big for my taste, so I'm actually going to go to one of these squares here, which turns into a different kind of pointer, and I can drag and change the size of the image to be a little bit smaller. Now, this font is a little bit too small, so I'm going to highlight it and increase the font size. And in order to make it look a little more oceany, I'm going to the choose color for text. I wouldn't use much of the blue because blue is actually reserved for links to other websites, to images. So I'm going to try to avoid the blue and actually go with more of a dark gray. All right, I can do this in the next row too. I wrote what equipment to bring with me. I'm going to put in another image. Find an image. Now, after I put this image in, I also want to add information about the scuba gear that you will bring when traveling to the ocean. However, the information I got will probably not fit in here and will make the home page look a lot messier. I already created a web page, so I can actually link this question or anything really on the web page to the page they already created. To link the text to the web page that I already created, I will highlight all the text, go up to the top where it says link, and press link. You can either put a web page location, a local file, or a named anchor or heading. I will choose the file I already made, scuba gear. Double click that and click OK. Now I created a link to that page. Notice that the link is blue with blue underline. That is the reason why I told you earlier not to set font text as blue. You don't want to confuse the website user with hyperlink text and regular text. Now, you can create a link with text, but you could also create a link with images. It is pretty much the same process. Click the image, make sure it's selected, go to link again, then choose the file, and choose scuba gear again. Press OK. To test whether these links worked, we'll have to actually get out of Composer and save this web page we created. Alright, let us save. First, it'll ask you to put in a title. This title that you put in will identify the page in either the window title or the bookmarks. Let's call this Ocean Traveling. Okay. Now I'll ask you to name the file in your folder, and I'll just keep it the same. Now that the file is saved, we don't have to X out of the web page we created. We can simply go to the folder where the file is saved and look for your web page. Now, Traveling the Ocean, that's our web page. Double click, and it'll actually open in your default browser. Now simply hover over to the text that you hyperlinked and see if great, it works. It connected to the web page I already created. Let's try and see if the image works as well. Click the image, that also works. Go back to your web page that you created. Now I want to edit the scuba gear web page that I just linked the text and the image to. Go to open and find the web page you want to edit. This is a web page that I created before. Mostly text, so it's very boring. I want to add an image. But if you'll notice that something is different, is that that there's no tables on this web page, and I want to add an image here. First of all, I'll go to the end of the web page, click image, find the image that I want to put in alternate text. That's okay. I want this image to not be after all the text. I want to fill this void right here. In order to move that image into that void, I need to layer it. Select the image and look for the push pin looking button called layer. Click layer. You can actually see crosshair pop up at the top of the image. Hold on to that crosshair and you can move the image wherever you want on the web page. You can cover text if you like it to, but I want it to fill the void. So I'm going to drag it over here, make it a little bit bigger. Once I'm done with this, I will save the web page. Now, In order to actually put these pages on the World Wide Web, you actually have to use a file transfer protocol program. You can use CyberDuck as one example, or WS-FTP. Those are two programs that will help you put your web page onto the World Wide Web. Again, make sure that all your files are in one folder, as it will make it a lot easier. You've now reached the end of the Seamonkey HTML editor tool demonstration. Thank you for watching, and good luck with using Seamonkey.